What's up, YouTube? So we're back on for our second video, which is the E3 Xbox conference, and it was a long one. So once again, this is just gonna be a blog. There's no video of showing the gameplay. That's why if you want to go look it up, go on YouTube for those. But I'm pretty much gonna be telling you a little recap of what happened. It was a long one, and I don't know. I kind of think it was a little boring, but there was some good stuff in there. So without further ado, let's get started. Pretty much they start off with this one trailer that I don't think a couple of us knew what the hell was going on. You know, it started showing rhinos, and you're like, huh, okay. And then all of a sudden, it showed the Master Chief. So we're like, what the fuck? No one really knows what the game is about. It's called Halo Infinite, and even the IGN people were like, what the hell is this? They were saying that it looked like the engine was being rebuilt, and it could even be like an open, area or like an RPG-ish type open world, I guess is the word I'm looking for. But no one really knows anything yet. So there's that. No Halo 6. So that's kind of what they started off with. And then Phil Spencer popped out, which is the head of the Xbox department. He said they were going to show around like 50 games, 13 exclusive or 18 exactly, and then 15 world premieres. So I'm just gonna go down the list of what they mentioned. I'm not really gonna go too much into it, but just because it was a long one, I'll tell you that it was like an hour and a half, and it was just kind of like okay. But they start off with Ori and the Will of the Wisps. I believe a few years ago they did come out with an Ori game. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a little indie game, I think, but it's gotten popular. That's pretty much it's gonna come out next year, so that's all we know. And they showed this like Japanese kind of game. It's called Sekiro Shadow Die Twice, and it actually looked pretty cool. It kind of had some RPG element into it, so that was pretty nice. Then Todd Howard came out, which showed a little trailer of Fallout 76, but I'm pretty sure we'll get more information on that later on today because Bethesda does have theirs today. And then, so if anyone has played Life is Strange, I haven't, but this is pretty much like a little, I guess like a little background story or something, or just like a little like an episode. It's called The Awesome Adventure of Captain Spirit. So it's like a little side game to it. I don't know. It's from the makers of them. That's all I know. Then they showed Crackdown 3, which again later or earlier this week it was revealed that that one's being postponed back to like next year again. So everyone pretty much knew that. It was just a trailer of Terry Crews just kind of, I guess, narrating what was kind of going on. So who knows what's up with that? They showed this one game that I still don't even know how to say it. It's like Near Automata Become as Gods. It was like I don't know what the hell that game was about, to be honest, but if it makes sense, look it up. After that, they showed Metro Exodus. So this was a game that they revealed last year, and I thought it was amazing. They showed a little trailer, or actually, yeah, I think it was a trailer and somewhat gameplay. I think last year's gameplay was a lot better than this year. Well, because it was mostly like a trailer, but it didn't look that great compared to last E3. But that one's coming out actually next. So on February 22nd. I'm telling you right now, there's a lot of competition on February 22nd. A lot of games are coming out that day. So heads up, save that cash. Kingdom Hearts 3, believe it or not, they actually showed it on the Xbox stage, which was pretty cool. They revealed, I think Frozen was in there, so hey, whatever. Hercules, Monsters Inc., and Wreck It Ralph as well. So I haven't played any of the Kingdom Hearts games. I've heard of them when I was young, but I never played any of them. So here's hoping that, oh, you know what? They actually never said that the 1.5 and the second one were coming to Xbox. So I think that's just on the PlayStation. So I'm gonna have to give that a try, especially now that it's being released on January 29th. I think it's 29th, but I know it's next year in January, so that's good. After that, they went back to their Sea of Thieves, and pretty much they said that there's two DLCs coming out for them. One is in July, and the second one is in September. After that, they showed again just another trailer for Battlefield 5. So it was pretty dope. and it was amazing actually. I mean, we already knew of it. There was no gameplay, so there's that. Then they surprised us all with Forza Horizon 4, which we all kind of knew it was about to pop out. But yeah, they a developer popped out, and then he just started talking about it, how the open world and all that. So I'm not really into racing, so it's whatever. And then after that, they Phil Spencer popped out again, and he said that they have bought like 5 new studios, and don't really know them too much, but one of them was the makers of We Happy Few. This is a game that I think it might have came out in 2016. That they showed it, and they still haven't released it, but they did buy the studio for that, and it's supposed to come out this year on August 10th. So here's to that. That game looks pretty cool. Look it up. It's kind of like, it gave me like a feel of BioShock, but like obviously like in another world, I guess. But it still looks pretty cool. Then they started showing some things about PUBG as well. How there's like 2 new maps coming out. I think one of them is coming out in the summer. So even besides the one that just barely came out, I think there's another one coming out. And then they showed the mode war mode. I think it is. It's pretty much, I think, in groups or big groups. I don't know, 50 versus 50. Not too sure, but there's that. And then another map coming out in winter. So I guess we are getting some stuff for PUBG, which is cool. I mean, I personally play PUBG, so there's that. And geez, let's flip the page because I pretty much filled it. Where is it? I filled it, and I used another one. All right, so I think this is a game that already came out. It's called Tales of Vesperia, or Vesperia. I don't know, Vesperia, and it's the definitive edition. So I'm pretty sure maybe that's all DLC and stuff. I don't really know what it is, but if you were into it, go for it. The Division 2, they actually mentioned this, and it's coming out March 15. They showed a little gameplay, and I personally thought it was boring, to be honest. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I didn't really play the first one, and then the gameplay was just eh. There is a beta coming out for that. They didn't specifically say when, but yeah. After that, they started mentioning something about the Game Pass, because that's their thing, and some engineering lady popped out, and she just pretty much said how something called Fast Start, which now you can boot up your game twice as fast, and then some new update, but wasn't really anything entertaining. They showed some games with their ID at Xbox, which is just like small little indie games and small companies. So that was that. My dog is barking in the background. I don't know why. Nella, shut up! Alright, so next up, they started talking about the Tomb Raider game. They showed some trailers, so it looks pretty nice. No gameplay. Obviously, we knew that one was coming out later on this year, which is coming out September 14th this year. So there was that. It really looks pretty good. After that, they showed some game called Session. It's pretty much, I think, like a skateboarding game. It showed a lot of skateboarding parts. No gameplay, just a trailer, and who knows. Right after that, they showed some game called The Black Desert, which looked pretty cool. I think it was like an RPG game. It was a little medieval type magic shit, so who knows, maybe we'll find out more information about that, or maybe IGN might even have some more info on it right now. Devil May Cry 5. They actually showed it up, so that was pretty cool. They did have some gameplay on that, so that was awesome. Finally, they're doing another one. The main producer, he came down from Japan, and he kind of talked about it a little, so he was very happy on this one. He says it's his best one yet, so we'll see how that turns out. I believe it's coming out spring 2019, so don't expect it anytime soon. But it was pretty nice to actually let them tell us that they are making another one. I haven't really played any of them, but I've seen, or I've heard of Devil May Cry, and I played Dante before in the Marvel vs. Capcom, so I really like the dude. And they pretty much showed a DLC. Was it DLC? Or I think it might have been another Cuphead game. I don't know if it was DLC or another game, but expected next year though, not this year. They showed this new little game called Tunic, which was kind of like a little fox. It gave me like the little sense of like Zelda, but like in the older days. You know how like it was all, I don't know what the word to say, but just look it up if you're interested. It looked pretty cool, but who knows? Uh, this one actually surprised the shit out of me because I didn't know what the hell was even going on. And Phil Spencer popped out again, and he's like, "Oh, so in my last business trip to Japan, they showed me some gameplay, and he played the trailer, and then I didn't really get what was going on. My cousin was like, "Yo, dude, that ship looks familiar." So I'm like, "Huh, you are right." And then all of a sudden they showed Naruto, like the main dude, and we're like, "Holy shit, this looks really fucking good." And then all of a sudden they showed the character from One Piece. I was like, "Oh," I'm like, "Wait, is this like an RPG game?" And then they showed Goku. I was like, "What the what?" And then they showed Frieza. So I guess the ship, which my cousin was like, "Dude, that looks like Frieza's ship," and I was like, "You are right, but this doesn't really make sense." Pretty much, it's like a anime fighting game, I guess you can say. It's from Bandai Namco, so I think they're the ones that made Pokken Tournament, and it gave me that feel of Pokken Tournament as well. So I was like, "Holy shit, Goku looks fucking sick." I'm gonna tell you that right now. So it's pretty much it's called. Okay, the name is totally fucked up. It's called Jump Force. Jump Force. Why? But it's coming out next year, and it looks fucking awesome. Uh, Towards the end, I believe it was the characters from Death Note. I think I still haven't seen it, but I'm pretty sure it was those because it was the dude and then some like creature. So I think it was him. Don't quote me on that. And then they'd so yeah, that was a surprise. Then they started showing some gameplay of Dying Light too, which seemed boring to me. I don't know what the hell is going on. Another something new was Battletoads. I've heard of this game back like in the Nintendo days, so there's something new coming out finally for 2019 for those of you interested. They also revealed Just Cause 4. Not really into those, but if you are, by all means, look at the gameplay. There, I think there was no. So it was just trailers, nothing crazy, but it was there. All right, so they ended off with one game pretty much, and I think they trolled the shit out of us to be honest. So the screen turned dark, and then the Gears of War sign popped out, and everyone was freaking out. I was like, "Yeah!" And then they showed their like, so it showed Marcus, but in its pop form. If you don't know what pops are, it's like these. It's like these little figures right there from Funko. I think I showed it right. If I didn't, I'm sorry. But they're the pops, and it looked pretty funny and childish. But then they kind of skipped to it, and then Rod Ferguson popped out on stage, and we're like, okay, I'm pretty sure they're just teasing. But then he pops out with another mobile game from Gears of War. It was called Gears Tactics, so it's pretty much like a tactic game. So these two, so apparently the Gears Pop is actually going to be a mobile game. So I was like, okay, whatever. Coming out next year, and then that Gears Tactics, I believe, is also mobile, and it might come out next year as well. It kind of looks a little interesting, but not really what we were looking for. And I was like, dude, is this really what they're gonna show? Because it seemed like he was ending it, and then he pops out with the big one, Gears 5. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. They showed a little trailer, or so pretty much like a cinematic trailer and some gameplay actually. Dude, the game looks fucking awesome. It's weird though how I think the main characters might just be Dell and Kate. Cause they did show Marcus and JD, but dude, JD looks fucking crazy. He looks different, and something's wrong with his fucking hand. I don't know what, but it's disgusting. There's new enemies. It's something just beautiful. Go look at that part because it looks amazing. And Kate finally knows that she's something part of the horde, of the locust. So something's going on. Even on the trailer, she asked Dell why did she even go with her, and while she was pointing a gun at him. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? But sadly, we're not gonna get that till 2019, which is kind of what we were expecting. But we at least got the news. So Gears 5. And then as Phil Spencer was finishing up his presentation, something weird happened. You know, like they were showing another reveal, but it was kind of stupid. I don't really know what the game was. It's Cyberpunk 2077, so who knows what the hell that is. But that was pretty much it. What happened? Just a quick note: the Bethesda one is today at 6:30. You know, if you're still watching this when I post this, obviously. So we're gonna see what happens there. But without further ado, it was a long one, and that's pretty much it. So I know it's gonna be a long video, but it's pretty much a short recap of what actually happened. So I hopefully this is more enjoyable than the an hour and a half. So I'll see you later.